Assalamualaikum everyone, welcome back to my channel A Lifestyle with Nazo. A very happy weekend to all of you. I hope you're enjoying your weekend and you all are doing great. So Alhamdulillah, me and my son are doing much better than before. We are still recovering from our sickness. We were really sick for a whole week, and Alhamdulillah, it's getting better every day. We are still low in energy, but we are slowly catching up. So today's vlog is gonna be very interesting because I thought let's share two of my favorite books that I would recommend to all of you, especially to the people who are into reading and who love to explore different books. So we are going to talk about two books today specifically. Shantaj is playing guitar upstairs, so you might hear noise in the background, so just take it as a background music. It's actually really good. So anyway, so today the first book I'm going to talk about is Erotic Stories for Punjabi Widows. So I would recommend it to people who want to learn about other cultures, who want to know about other people's stories, and who are open to other people's experiences, and they are open to learning about it. So let's talk about the author first, that who wrote this book. So this book is written by Balli Kaur Jaswal. So I will show you also. I'm gonna first tell you a little bit about the author's background, that Balli Kaur Jaswal. So as you can know from the name, that she belongs to the Sikh community, and she was born in Singapore and grew up in Japan, Russia and Philippines, and then she studied creative writing at Hollins University in Virginia. So let's talk about the story a little bit. I'm not going to give you the whole story because I want you guys to read it yourself, and I don't want to spoil the whole storyline. So this storybook is about a girl, and her name is Nikki, and she belongs to a Sikh community, and she is like basically raised in central London, and she is raised in a very liberal environment. So Nikki is raised like that, very independent and liberal kind of way, and then once her father passed away, so she needs to work, and they want to be financially more independent. So she decides to work at a community college, local community college, and she wants to teach creative writing over there. She wants to take that class, but then when she starts the class, then she comes across all these Sikh widow women who are there in the college to learn English language but not the creative writing. So as the story progresses, she finds out that it's a culture that if you become widow, you only have to wear white clothes. All the women who come into the class, most of them are widows, and they are wearing these white dupattas. Dupatta means like they are wearing these white scarves on their heads. But then Nikki finds out that under those white dupattas, these women have so many stories, and they have so many fantasies that they want to talk about, that they want to share with other women, with Nikki as their teacher. And then there's also a group called Brothers that lives in the South Hall area of London, and they are considered to be the moral police kind of people, and they keep a close eye on these women. So the story begins that one of the internal story gets out and how these women and Nikki deal with it, because it reaches to those that group and how they get involved in all of this. Basically, I would recommend this book because it you learn so much about other cultures, and then you learn that how you learn about different kind of women, that some women who might be looking very shy and very quiet, but in reality they are so different. They are so talkative, they're so expressive to the people with whom they are comfortable with. So I think I would definitely recommend it to especially to other ladies or even men to read this. Erotic stories for Punjabi widows. I think people who are from India or Pakistan, they can relate to it really well, because we have same kind of culture, and then there are so many Desi community that lives in England. The writer Balli Kaur, she also explains at the end of the book that she actually went to all these places like Southall in London, and she would meet the Sikh community women off and on, and then she did her research on it, that how these communities work and how they are so closely knitted, and their culture is totally different from the culture in London. So do read it, and if you like the read, do let me know if you liked it. So I would really recommend it to people, especially who belong to Pakistan or India culture, and also to other different cultural women too. So do give it a try and then do it, guys. So the second book that I'm going to recommend it's one of my favorite books, and its name is The 5 Love Languages, and it is written by Gary Chapman. So I'm gonna first tell you a little bit about the author, Gary Chapman, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of introduction about the book. So let's first give you a little background about the author, Gary Chapman. He is the author of the New York Times bestseller, The 5 Love Languages. And he is also the host of the weekly 1-hour radio program, Building Relationships with Dr. Gary Chapman, and has been featured at the Pentagon and United Nations. So, this is the best New York Times bestseller book. So basically what this book is talks about is 5 love languages that we use to express ourselves. So his whole point in this story is that it doesn't matter that if you are married or you are single, you can still feel unloved or lonely even if you are married. So basically what he is telling us is, in order to give or receive love, we need to learn different love languages. So like everybody expresses their love differently. Everybody have a different love language, and he's talking about the 5 main love languages. Like some people are more expressive and they show it through physical affection. Some people show it through showing care through more practical things, and some people are more expressive in their verbal love. So basically he's trying to tell us that learn how to express your love to different people, and then you are going to receive love in their language, and they will learn your love language too. So I think people who are trying to find relationships, this book he is also talking about different stages of love, and he also talks about how you can get to different stages, and which strategies you can use to make your relationship better, and how to make it more more effective. So once you get into the relationship, it's very important that you need to know how to make the relationship more loving, which strategies you need, because you need to learn your partner's needs and you need to know what kind of love language he likes or she likes, and then you can adopt according to that to make the relationship go, flourish. So people who are trying to manifest a good relationship, I think this would be a really nice read to have some homework done. Do read it, and it's so much to the point, it makes so much sense, and I think most of the people can relate to it so well. So I would definitely recommend The 5 Love Languages. It is by Gary Chapman. Right here, you can order it online, you can order it on Amazon. So, and they come in 1 to 2 days, so give it a try and do let me know if you like my recommendation. So that's all for today, and I thought I will just share my favorite reads with you guys off and on. And reading is such a good habit, it keeps you connected, you learn so much out of books, and you increase your vocabulary, and it's just such a good hobby to have. And alright guys, so that's all for today, and I will see you in the next video with something more interesting. So I did share 2 books with you guys, The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman, and the other one was Erotic Stories for Punjabi Women by Balli, Kaur, Jaswal. So do read them, do look into them, and then do let me know how did you like my recommendations. That's all for today. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Have a very happy weekend again. Stay safe, stay warm, and take care of your loved ones. Please help people in need, spread positivity, and keep smiling. So take care. Bye.